Hi there. My name is Samantha, and I'm from New York City. I'm 25 years old, single, and not too thrilled about it, especially since Valentine's Day was soon approaching. My fellow single people, you know how it is, especially when you've always been unlucky in love. Watching other couples in love celebrate this holiday touches a nerve with me, like an annual reminder about how lonely I am. Even so, I try to keep my chin up and celebrate this day of love as a day of showing my friends how truly grateful I am to have them as the constants in my life. So, one day, while I was shopping for Valentine's Day gifts for my friends, I stumbled upon a strange little store. I've lived in New York my whole life, but it was the first time I came across this store. At first, it looked like a creepy antique store to me, filled with vintage items. But then, I saw the sign above the door. It read, Madame Fortuna's Love Emporium, with a pink neon heart on the door. How odd, yet intriguing. I thought so. I decided to step inside for a bit. What do I have to lose anyway? Maybe I'll make a new friend. The store, or should I say, Love Emporium, was dimly lit inside. I could barely see anything 5 feet beyond me. Some shelves were filled with strange glass bottles labeled as potions for different ailments, while some were stacked with antique trinkets and yellowing hardbound books that smelled musty. Madame Fortuna, an old woman with bright green eyes and long gray hair in a braid, was seated at a small round table in the corner. She had a crystal ball placed in front of her, but it looked old and discolored as if it was filled with mist. She greeted me warmly. Welcome, my dear. I can see that you are in need of some love in your life. I guess you could say that. I'm a huge romantic, but I've always been unlucky in love. You could say I'm almost desperate to finally be loved, genuinely loved, by the right person. Madame Fortuna smiled mysteriously. That made me a little nervous. Did I open up too much, too quickly? She didn't even ask me a question. Why do I have such a big mouth? Don't worry, darling. If you wish to be loved, I have just the thing for you. A love potion. It's guaranteed to make the first person you lay your eyes on fall madly in love with you. Here, take this. She handed me a pink glass bottle containing a thick lavender-colored liquid. Drink this on any night of the waxing moon. Uncork the bottle and watch the potion fizz. Stir the potion with a silver spoon and drink it in one swallow. Then tell the person you desire that you love them in your unique way. I was initially skeptical, but I figured it couldn't hurt to try it, right? If it didn't work, I'd have an amusing story to tell at parties. I bought the potion, thanked Madame Fortuna, and went home. I decided to try it out on Valentine's Day, thinking it would be the perfect day for a bit of love magic. The day of Valentine's arrived, and I woke up feeling excited and hopeful. It was going to be my day. I could feel it. I watched Madame Fortuna's love potion fizz, stirred it with a silver spoon, and swallowed it in one huge gulp. It tasted like sweet grapes. I decided to go about my day as usual. I spent my day at work, did a little grocery shopping after, and even went to the gym. But no one seemed to be falling madly in love with me. Not the funny guy at work, or the cute men working out in the gym. By the evening, I began to feel disappointed, and even foolish for believing in some potion, or having even the slightest flicker of hope. That night, I decided to go out with my friends and drown my sorrows and forget about the silly scam I got into, thanks to my desperation for romance. We went to one of my favorite bars, and boy, was it crowded that night. But I had my drink, and I was feeling too low to care. Then I suddenly saw him. The most handsome man I have ever seen. He was tall, dark, and handsome, and looking right at me. I felt a jolt of electricity run through my body. And I just knew that this was it. This was it. He was the one. It was like I had swallowed liquid courage along with liquid luck. I walked up to him and introduced myself. His name was Jack, and he was just as smitten with me as I was with him. We talked and laughed all night and exchanged numbers before leaving the bar. We went on our first date the next day and held hands while walking back home. It really was love at first sight. I couldn't believe my luck. I had finally found my soulmate, and it was all thanks to Madame Fortuna's potion. I was so grateful, I went back to the store to thank her. I told you it would work, my dear. But it's not because the love potion worked. It's because of your renewed enthusiasm to embrace what the universe has in store for you. Remember, true love is not about love potions and magic. It's about being open to love and finding the right person. If you wish to be genuinely loved, then you should genuinely love. May your soul join together to form one. I thanked her and went on my way, happier than I could ever been before. From then on, I have always remembered to keep an open heart and never give up on love. If you enjoyed this video, do share it with someone who has been feeling unlucky in love, like I was. And like this video if you think true love is not a potion one can merely swallow to experience, but requires a lot of openness, sweetness, and care. A whole lot of love, more than you can dare. Happy Valentine's Day, folks!